and a vintage convertible muscle car pulls up with Zemo behind the wheel.
Get in, loser. We're going shopping.
You're going back to jail.
Do you want to find Carly or not?
Hello, my name is Michael, and my pronouns are he, him. I'm recording this on April 16th at about 2:07 in the morning. Previously on The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. 1. Lemar. I was talking with my friend David, and he posed the idea that Lemar isn't dead, because that would make John's reaction more villainous for losing control of his emotions. But I think Lemar is dead based on the descriptions used.
Carly punches him hard and he flies into a column, immediately going still. His head lolls to the side, but he remains unresponsive. Captain America lets go of Lemar, whose head droops limply to the side, as Lamar's lifeless body sits slumped against the column.
I feel like Jedediah or Marvel would have used unconscious instead of lifeless. 2. John Walker. I can see the GRC and the US government handling the John Walker situation two main different ways, with varying extremes. 1. They could say, "Bravo, John. He's a hero for eliminating a terrorist for killing another US soldier. These are the US values we are talking about, stopping the bad people." 2. Or this could become an international PR nightmare since he talked about doing this off the books.
Which is why you and I are just gonna run with this one for a minute.
So I take it what happens next isn't a strictly on the books type of thing, is it, Cap?
Especially since it was recorded in a different country. People will likely start to fear the symbol of the shield, and these aren't the values we were talking about.
Lemar, if we get the job done, do you really think they're gonna sweat us on the how?
They'd likely take away his status, and that would cause John to become angrier and more aggressive.
Do you know who I am?
Partially due to the serum, and possibly because of the perception of himself and his lack of awareness of his own privileges. 3. Zemo. Part of me feels like he's going to do something to the remaining super soldiers before Sam and Bucky can get to them, but Carly is going to survive for the final showdown. Then he's going to go to the Sokovia Memorial. Speaking of which, I wonder which version of the memorial scene we're going to see, if it even appears at all.
Zemo stands at a memorial statue. A man faces a memorial statue.
As a disclaimer, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier is rated TV-14 and may contain some flashing light sequences or patterns that may affect photosensitive viewers. There may be sequences featuring references to drugs, violence, or other graphic and suggestive themes. This is not a substitute for watching the actual show. Go watch it on Disney+, because there will likely be spoilers since I'm assuming you've already watched the show. So let's get into The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Episode 5. It doesn't even have a name yet.
Lifting his head, Captain America meets Sam's gaze with a sardonic smile.
Sardonic, wow. This is post-production, Michael. I actually didn't know what sardonic meant. Sardonic is an adjective characterized by bitter or scornful derision, mocking, sneering, cynical. Oh yeah, the cinematography for that earlier fight scene was great. I mean, I can't really talk about it because I'm not a camera person, I'm more of an editor, but how they had everything blurred as John was thinking about all the events leading up to it, and it seemed like for a brief moment he had a sense of clarity of, I should have listened to you.
Not listening! You're right back.
But then it just devolved into, that guy murdered my partner, Lemar. Not Carly, it was that guy, he deserved it, because that's apparently all John can think about is fighting.
I killed him because I had to. He killed Lemar!
No, he didn't.
You didn't kill Lemar, John.
The beginning fight with John, Bucky, and Sam was really cool looking too. There was a lot of flying on Sam's part. When Bucky kind of got knocked out there for that few seconds, there was electricity running through his vibranium hand. So I don't know if that means something going forward, or that shows that his hand can malfunction, or maybe whatever he hit, because vibranium is a type of metal. I don't know how electricity conductive it is, but maybe that shows something. So it's just kind of interesting to see the sparks flying from it.
Why are you making me do this?
No one's making you do anything. You're choosing to.
Electricity arcing up his metal arm as he falls to the floor. Falcon flies at Captain America, who slams him to his back. Falcon rolls away as Captain America...
Seriously, you didn't learn the first time with the shield? You know, John Walker is just a murder machine. But also when John ripped the wings off of Sam, or I guess technically Falcon at the time. So when John ripped the wings off of Falcon,
The Captain America rips off his wings and raises the shield over him.
it reminded me of the scene from God of War 2 where Kratos is fighting Icarus. At some point just rips his wings off and sticks them on himself and flies up while Icarus falls. Well, not really exactly the same parallel. The ripping the wings off was what was reminiscent of that, I guess.
John F. Walker, it is the order of this council that you are no longer to act in any capacity as a representative of the United States government or its military. You are hereby stripped of your title and authority as Captain America, effective immediately.
Senator, I am Captain America.
Not anymore.
It was nice to see there were consequences for John's behavior, and I think the only thing I agree with John on is the government doesn't understand what it takes to be Captain America.
They just do not know what it takes to be Captain America. They just don't.
Honestly, you're right about that. But that's where John is wrong. It isn't just about the fighting. It's about doing the right thing, no matter how difficult.
A blurred view shows a woman in high-heeled boots strutting down the corridor. The woman, her black hair tied back, stops in front of the couple.
Well, these boots are not made for walking.
She takes off her sunglasses.
Valentina, Allegra, de Fontaines. But these guys in ties...
Is her hair purple?
To protect.
Excuse me, who are you?
So Valentina, I couldn't tell if she had dark purple streaks in her hair, or if it was maybe just the lighting that was bouncing off of her hair. But she reminds me of either Madam Hydra or Madam Viper from one of the Marvel Legends games. This is post-production, Michael. So I think I got the idea of the person correct, just not the game. In Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2, it's Lucia von Bartis, who works for Doctor Doom. And in Marvel Future Fight, the mobile game, it's Viper. So I wasn't really correct on it, but I think the idea of who that person is supposed to represent is kind of correct. Possibly. Is she either working for the power broker? I mean, she probably is working for the power broker, or since she reminded me of, I think it's Madam Viper or Madam Hydra, maybe she's working for Victor Von Doom. I know that's a little bit of a stretch, but again, just her whole presence and the glasses reminded me of that character.
Elsewhere, a low view looks up
it's
at
a trailer
statue
image.
of a family with closed eyes, the slab below featuring an eagle with a crown over its head. Zemo stares up at the memorial.
Okay, so it's the one without the stuff in it. I like how they kind of wrapped up the Zemo thread with him visiting the Sokovia Memorial and going with the Wakandans back to, well, I think Io said that they were going back to the raft. So, you know, dropping him off there, and how even after that initial fight where Zemo escaped, you know, Io and Bucky don't seem to have any animosity against each other. And she offered up that bit of advice of, you know, you may want to lay low and not visit Wakanda for a while, out of seemingly good faith and through whatever bonds they have, which was nice to see. It was also great to hear Isaiah Bradley's backstory for the MCU.
I heard the brass talking about blowing the POW camp to hell to hide the evidence. But those are my men. My brothers, not evidence.
While the name wasn't actually said on screen, the captions did name his grandson as Eli, which people have been talking about as Patriot.
Go and see your grandfather. Check on him.
But getting that confirmation through the captions was fantastic. Yeah, it was great hearing Isaiah and Sam talk about what Isaiah went through and what it means to be a black Captain America, or what it could mean to be a black Captain America.
They will never let a black man be Captain America. And even if they did, no self-respecting black man would ever want to be.
And, Sam's optimistic just like Steve is. And then after having that conversation, him going to talk to Sarah and, her being like,
There's a fight out there and then there's our fight here. And bro, you have taken them both on.
She smiles at Sam.
So you really gonna let Isaiah Bradley get in your head? You gonna let him decide what you do next?
Isaiah's been to hell and back. If I was in his shoes, I'd probably feel the exact same way. But what would be the point of all the pain and sacrifice if I wasn't willing to stand up and keep fighting?
His knit brow relaxes as he smiles at Sarah.
I really like that interaction between him and Sarah.
Aren't you supposed to be off saving the world? Why are you back here bothering me?
Because my family's well-being is a part of the world.
So it was nice to get somewhat of a resolution to Sam's home life and the Sarah thread, and seeing Bucky and Sam talking to each other about what the shield means to them both, and Bucky finally apologizing to Sam.
When Steve told me what he was planning, I don't think either of us really understood what it felt like for the black man to be handed the shield. How could we? How are you an apology?
He offers Sam the shield.
I'm sorry.
Sam takes it.
And acknowledging Sam's feelings about it. Because Bucky mentioned how...
It's just that shield's closest thing I've got left to a family. So when you retired it made me feel like I had nothing left.
So it was great to see that right before that heart-to-heart took place, he was basically welcomed into Sam's family, meaning he does have something. Once all this is over.
He heads off, but Bucky lingers, smiling up at Sarah.
I'm Bucky.
Sarah?
Sam looks back at them. Then Bucky follows him with a grin. Sam's younger nephew holds the shield while his brother throws fake punches.
Hey.
Put it back. Hurry, hurry!
The boys hurriedly return the shield to the case, and it falls over as they run out of the room. Bucky's amused smile fades as he eyes the shield peeking partway out.
Well, I don't want to make it weird for your family.
Just stay here. The people in this town are the most welcoming people in the world.
Sharon seems to be up to something. Well, not seems. She is up to something. Sharon is up to something.
Oh, please, if it weren't for me, you'd still be rotting away in that Algerian prison.
I don't really want to play into theories here, but it could be that Sharon is a power broker, like I've seen flying around on the internet and been listening to other people talking about. That's what it kind of felt like a little bit. And I'm curious about that painting. I feel like I'm going to have to look that up, but I probably won't, to see what the name of that painting is, and just to see if that has any significance. But I feel like that's going down a rabbit hole I don't want to go down. Hey, this is post-production Michael, hopping in really quick. I did go down that rabbit hole and look at that painting. It's called Woman with a Parasol, Madame Monet and Her Son, sometimes known as The Stroll, and in French it's La Promenade, painted by Claude Monet in 1875. Will we see Torres wear the Falcon's wings in episode 6 and join the fight, or will that be a post-credit scene?
Torres lifts Sam's broken wings onto a table.
So is there anything we can do?
Not really. Wait, yo, you forgot the wings.
Keep them.
So that was episode 5 of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Truth. If you liked the episode or had a favorite part that I didn't talk about, leave a comment down below, and I will see you next time.